I define abundance as having more than enough. To me, it means knowing that there's plenty to meet my needs and plenty left to share.
Stewardship, we think, is about giving, but really stewardship starts with what we are given. Life is a given when we are born, to whom we are born, where we are born.
Each day is a given. The very fact of creation is a given.
God makes the sun to rise and the rain to fall on both the just and the unjust. So when we wake each morning, we wake to a world God has provided for us, a world of fullness, not of want, a world prepared for us and ready to meet our needs.
Both Rolf and I have recently had the pleasure of reading a book by Robin Wall Kimmerer called Braiding Sweetgrass. Professor Kimmerer is a wonderful writer and has both scientific credentials and indigenous roots in the Potawatomi Nation. In a chapter entitled Allegiance to Gratitude, she speaks of the words that come before all else, a native tradition of expressing thanks for all sorts of things in this world: water, air, sun, earth, trees, plants, animals, fish, birds. This is a ritual that starts group gatherings. Sometimes non-native visitors get impatient at how long the recitation of gratitude goes on. As Professor Kimmerer says, poor you. What a pity that we have so much to be thankful for.
In recognizing what we have been given, not only do we find gratitude, we find contentment and a fullness that easily flows over into giving. In Colossians 2, it says that in Christ we have been brought to fullness. Well, the only way to keep fullness from overflowing and to make a mess of everything is to give generously of what you've been given.
As I was reflecting on what First Baptist Church means to me and how it relates to this time of stewardship, so many thoughts came to mind that I wanted to share. I thought the best way to do this, though, would be by using the alphabet to identify the words that come to mind when I think about the ways First Baptist Church has affected my life. A is for the abundance of resources that are available to me and to the rest of the congregation at First Baptist Church. B is for beauty for our beautiful little stone church building that to me just adds to the worship experience, and I hope soon we'll be able to get back there. C, cherished relationships. D, devoted pastors and staff. E, energy like I've never seen before at a church. Flexibility, and boy, have we needed it during these challenging times. G, generous givers. H, heart-filled authenticity demonstrated on a regular basis. I is for inclusion, so beautifully demonstrated by our church's commitment to be welcoming and affirming. J, judge-free zone. K, kindness. Kindness not only to our congregation, but again to the greater community. L, love and compassion towards everyone. M, meaningful experiences. N, nice people. O, open-minded. P, purpose and meaning provided on a regular basis. Q, quiet reflection, and I have particularly appreciated the ability to have that quiet reflection during our evening prayers that were created during this pandemic, which again have meant so much to me. R, resourceful. S, support, and so much support for those less fortunate. T, trust in the guidance that I receive from our pastors. U, understated dedication, presented in subtle and very effective ways. V, valiant. W, willful, intentional, and deliberate. Xenagogue. It was a little tough to find a word that I could use that started with the letter X, but then I thought, I think this word means to guide, and truly does, to guide and to lead, and I continually feel guided by our pastors, staff, and the congregation. Y, youth who clearly appear to be in touch with their spirituality, and I think that comes from the leadership that we have at the church for our children and our youth. Z, zest. Zest for life, which motivates me to be a better person. So many amazing gifts, So of course I ask myself, so what can I do? What can I do to show my appreciation? And what I can do is to give back of my time and of course financial support. As I'm reminded of these gifts on a regular basis, I'm reminded how much our financial support is necessary to continue to provide these gifts, not only to me, but to our congregation and the community that we serve.